someone to speak on behalf of the parents. Then we'll have the director of Train Up, a speech. Then we'll go for the awardings of certificates, a speech by graduates, representatives, and we'll have a photo session for graduates, and a closing speech and cutting the cake. Now, amidst us, we have different dignitaries, and all of you in your different capacities. I may not have got full details, but for a few that I have noticed that they're here. I want to ask all of you to recognize the presence of Professor Magnus. Please, Prof, could wave if you don't mind. Please wave so that you could be recognized. Please clap for Professor. Yes, and a number of you that must have identified with Virtual University. Have you ever heard of Virtual University? Or if you've seen Nexus University? Have you seen Nexus University? Anyone who has seen it? So we don't say in Kawala Gala, right? Okay. So Prof is the Vice Chancellor of the university and the Director. And Prof is an international person. So he both has African citizenship and European citizenship. Yes. And I believe that along the way we will get a word of wisdom from him. Allow me also to recognize the presence of, I'm told that Shaleka in Eritrea means captain. Allow me to recognize the presence of Shaleka Gabriel Selassie. Okay. I did not get details of every one of us here, but along the way, my co-MC and one of the admins here will give me more details about the different people that we have here. But to some of you here, I know that you are parents, you are family to the graduates, you are sister and brother, and thank you so much for making time to come here. Like I've said, so every one of you feel welcome. This is Train Up, and who knows what our motto is? Who has seen our motto?
Is he done?
What is it? Never. And does that send a message to you? Does that send a message? Does anyone? Are you? Does this mean? Does it? Does it challenge you?
Are you comfortable?
Does it challenge you when you read that word, never stop learning? Because apparently, in our time, one of the most important things is to be a lifelong learner. Never stop learning. While you think you knew, tomorrow or today you actually realize that you don't know much. So we're in a struggle to remain relevant. Learn a language, learn a skill, learn how to cook, learn a new meal, learn how to do your laundry, learn how to communicate, learn some computer skill. You know why? Because it's going to be very important that you know. Okay? So we also want to welcome our youngest audience. We have a very young audience. Thank you so much for coming. I hope that you enjoy this time. It's all people only, but you're very welcome. Okay, you're very welcome.
Now I'm jumping out of bed, yeah. And I know I sound dramatic, yeah. But I know how to have it, yeah. For the money I'm savage, yeah. And you sound like I had it, yeah. I'm so right 20 baggage, yeah. They didn't know me that shit, yeah. Everyone wanna act like they ain't important. But I don't mean nothing when I saw my door, yeah. Everyone counting on me, drop the they cussing like I'm at the bar. Yeah. If you forward with bushes like still sky, how could I make sense when I got millions on my
Thank you so much. May you be seated.
Kamerdan kanasına ödedi. Zıhabarkının naylon elet naydıhan fırahım ትጭብጥሉ ወይ ከዓ ትጨበጥሉ ዕለት ስለ ዝኾነ እንቋዕ ሓጎሰኩም ምክንያቱ ሓደ ነገር ክትረክብ ብጉልበት ትደክም ብሓንጎል ከዓ ትደክም ብንዋት ወይ ከዓ ብፋይናንሳዊ ጉዳይ እውን ትደክም ኩሉ ከዓ ዝርከብ ብድኻም ብድኻም ዘይርከብ ነገር ኣኽቢርካ ኣይትሕዙን ኢኻ ኣቃሊልካ ኢኻ ትሪኦ ስለዚ ናይ ድኻምኩም ውፅኢት ስለ ዝኾነ ብድጋሚ እንቋዕ ሓጎሰኩም ኣብ ፅሑፍ ኩሉ ቀሪብሎ ሓደ ተምሃራይ ናብ ቤት ትምህርቲ ክኣቱ ከሎ ኣምቢሽን ክህልዎ ኣለዎ ኣምቢሽን ማለት ከዓ ርኣይ ማለት እዩ ሓደ ሰብ ብዘይ ርኣይ ክጓዓዝ ኣይኽእልን ኣምቢሽን ትብል ከለኻ እንታይ ኦብጀክቲቭ ሪያሊቲ ጎል ክህልዎ ኣለዎ ጎል ማለት ትጎይ እሞ ኣብ ትዓርፈሉ ቦታ ስትልመንት ዳር ትኾነሉ ቦታ ክትመርፅ ይኽእለካ ማለት እዩ እቲ ካልእ ኣምቢሽን ኩሉ ዝርከብ ኣይኮነን ኣምቢሽን ኩሉ ሰብ ድሪም ኣይኮነን ብሕልሚ ዝርከብ ነገር የለን ንሱ ከዓ ሓደ ናትካ ኣምቢሽን ድሌትካ ወይ ከዓ ሓሳብካ ንኽትገልፅ እንታይ ክትከውን ኣለካ ክትመሃር ኣለካ ሰብ ኢሉ ሙሉእ ሰብ ዝበሃል ግን ገንዘብ ዝሓዘ ኣይመስለኒ ብናተ እምነት ኣነ ሙሉእ ሰብ ዝብሎ ሞያ ዝወነነ ፍልጠት ዘለዎ ሰብ ዝብል እቲ ፍልጠት ከዓ ክልተ ክንከወት ትርአ ኢና እቲ ሓደ ፍልጠት እንታይ እዩ ካብ መሃይምነት ትለቓቐሉ እንተኮይኑ ኣነ ብዙሕ ፍልጠት እዩ ኣይብሎን እየ ፍልጠት ማለት ግን ዝተምሃርካሉ ሞያ ትምህርትን ክትዕወተሉ ከተገልግለሉ ክትጥቀመሉ ክትምህረሉ ከተመሓድረሉ ክትከይድ ኣለካ ማለት እዩ ንሶም ክልውጡ ሃገሮምን ህዝቦምን ክሕግዙን ክልውጡን ኩልና ከዓ ብዝተኸለና መጠን ሓገዝን ክንገብር ኢለሉ ስለዚ ዝፀንዕልኩም ስለ ዝሰማዕኩምኒ ካብ ልቢ የመስግን ይዕድየለን እዚ ትምህርቲ እዚ ከዓ ነታትኩም ዓወት ጥራይ ዘይኮነ ናይቶም ንዓኻትኩም ዝሓገዙኩም ንዓኻትኩም ዝመወልኩም ንዓኻትኩም ብሞራል ዝሓገዙኩም ቤተሰብ ከዓ እንቋዕ ሓጎሶም እንቋዕ ከዓ ሓጎሰኩም
Can we put our hands together for Elder? I do not understand the language, but I could feel you. I could feel you that you were telling young people to deep-root themselves in value, to use this education to make a difference, and never to stop learning. I heard you emphasize that word so much, to keep learning. When an elder is speaking, on your side you are downloading. The only chance you get to download without internet connection. And the only time you get a chance to live in the future before you're there is when an elder like him is speaking. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to have another short speech from an elder, Professor Magnus. please, we could not leave this moment without having a word of blessing from you, Prof, to these young graduates of today. We're going to keep it very short so that we can run on to our next performance, okay? Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. So again, my name is Magnus. I'm actually I'm made in Africa, but I have lived the past 25 years in Europe. So I've come back to the land of my ancestors to come and never stop learning. I just want to emphasize this a bit. I've known Michael for about 3-4 years now, and whenever I met him, I met a man with ideas, with ambition, with that determination to see results. So there is one thing to work, there is another to work towards outcomes, okay? And that is what I have seen in him. And I am glad to see this array of young men and women who have come to make Trade Up a landmark institution that is career focused. So Daddy was talking about knowledge, education. So there is the third one also, that is experience, okay? So knowledge is about knowing that tomato is a fruit, right? Tomato is a fruit. But experience is not putting tomato in a fruit salad. Yeah? Is that correct? Yes. Good. So never stop learning. He has been a part of us at the university. You mentioned it earlier on. We started at the Virtual University of Uganda in 2011, and we did all our courses online. Do you know what that meant? It meant we saw COVID in 2011. Yeah? Okay. But coming from what our earlier speaker said, what will be the population of Africa in 2050? We're talking about 1.something billion people, right? Of which 70% will be 18 to 45 years looking for education. It will not be in this way classroom anymore because we don't have money to build schools for that number of young people. So digital learning will be the next never stop learning mode. So I thank you for inviting me here. I am looking for time that we may have webinars or seminars and we can come and talk to the students a bit longer than I am doing now. We have a lot to share and we need to listen to you also. But today is your day. I'm not going to take the glamour off it. So I thank you for inviting me and for giving me this short while. Michael is a bastion of what learning should be. Unfortunately, in our society, we recognize only professors, but he is higher than a professor. I have interacted with him severally. I was here 3 weeks ago to confer with him. When I need ideas, I come and pick his brain, and I learn. Finally, in 1976, I was in S2. My father got a PhD, and I went to him one morning and he said, "Dad, now you have a PhD, you know everything." He laughed, and he said to me, "When you have your PhD, you know how little that you know." You know very little after a PhD. You think about that. I'll leave it there. Thank you very much.
I mean, the non-professor who counsels with the professors. Okay? And that's Michael. Who could say a lot of stuff. But let us go to have a speech from our director, and that's none other than Mr. Michael. And I want to ask you guys to clap for him as he comes here.
Hello. Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. So, all present for today's function. Those physically here and those following us on digital media. Ladies and gentlemen, I began by thanking our Lord God for such a wonderful opportunity to be part of this graduation ceremony of Train Up Institute. We are indeed grateful to God for this far He has brought us. On behalf of the institution, management and students, and the entire fraternity, I take this opportunity to welcome you all to this great occasion. It's my unique privilege and honor to welcome you to Train Up Institute for our very first graduation ceremony. Thank you all for honoring our invitation on this glorious day in the lives of the soon-to-be graduates and the institution. Ladies and gentlemen, my speech will be in 3 parts. The first one, appreciation and recognition of contributors. The second one, the journey forward, opportunities and challenges. And the final one, note to the graduates. On the first part, this is a very special day for the institution. We sincerely acknowledge with profound gratitude the journey we have made to come to this day. We appreciate all persons who have contributed to the journey. For those of you who know me personally, while offering classes in cafes elsewhere in Kampala, then in offices, then afterwards in a university with Professor Magnus as a senior visiting fellow, then in a one-room partitioned into 2, where one was the office and the other one a classroom, must be thinking that I worked very hard to make our Train Up where it is now. Yes, there was and still is hard work involved, but this is minus the word I. In life, everyone needs the help of others to achieve professional and personal goals. When we hear about celebrity success, we tend to admire them, but often forget that those achievements wouldn't be possible without the help of others. The truth is that no one makes it alone. There are always others, broadening our capabilities and skills. We appreciate all persons who have contributed to the journey. We all build on the work of others. Having a learning environment which gives comfort to learners, as you guys must have seen it, is crucial to the teaching and learning process. Let me recognize the enormous support and professional contribution of designer Sanai Tsubatu, who have changed the premises from empty halls to beautifully designed classrooms. Let me also recognize the trust and confidence that our previous and current students put up on us and who have continuously become our ambassadors. At Train Up, we don't have the burden of team of marketers or PR staff. We are not also very much active in social media. Our students do it for us. As an education institution, we strive to fulfill our students' expectations and requirements, but at the same time, as an entity grows, we sometimes commit errors. Thank you, our students, for your patience and understanding when sometimes we fail to fulfill all your requirements. Thank you all for the service of marketing and PR. The instructors and staff we have here are all industry practitioners who work as senior accountants, managers, leaders, humanities, designers, etc. All have profound professional capacity to bridge gap between theory and practice. You can teach a person all you know, but only experience will convince him what you say is true. That's why all our students who have gone through TrainUp are able to work independently in many parts of the country and in the world. Thank you all our instructors and management staff for your professionalism and dedication. My message to all of you is the same, the graduates. Irrespective of what you pursuit you undertake, pursue your passion even though the path may sometimes be long and difficult. Work hard, have fun, but remain sharply aware of the inevitable and perpetual change in the world around you and the new opportunities they create. Always remain open to new possibilities. But remember one thing, no one can be successful in life by knowing what many people know, by doing what many people do. One can only make it to the hilltop of success by acquiring specific knowledge. However, no school, institution, or university teaches specific knowledge, but only general knowledge. There is no success in being average, guys. No one can teach anyone on how to be successful in life, but one can learn it through personal endeavor. You don't need to be genius, but you need to consistently focus on one thing in life. When life seems to provide you with more than one option, choose the harder one. Sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term success. For an easy choice leads to hard life, while a hard choice leads to an easy life. On a final thought, graduation should never mean goodbye. As TrainUp Institute alumni, I sincerely hope you will remain connected in some ways or in any ways to us. TrainUp Institute is and always will be a place of interaction among extraordinary and diverse people. So please take advantage of the many opportunities to be active and engaged members of the alumni community. Again, on behalf of all our staff, students in the Alumni College, I extend my very best wishes and warmest congratulations to you graduates. TrainUp, never stop learning. I thank you.
Please clap for him.
Ever since I was young, now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hate say, now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hate say we changed and look, we made it. Everyone wanna act like they important, but all let me know that when I saw my door, yeah. Everyone counting on me, drop the ball, yeah. Everything custom like I'm at the bottom, yeah. If you fuck with winning, put your status to the sky. How could I make sense?
Mr. DJ, keep it always low when I'm reading. Let's have Florida Zagabel.
Somebody that can see in my eyes. My mama calls, see you on TV. Sunset shit done changed. Ever since we was on, I dreamed it all. Ever since I was young, they said I would be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation.
Jalila Bahani. Let's clap, guys. Hey, and she has an entourage on the other side. let her first take the shot, then you come in. Hold on a bit. Take that one. You're good? Okay, let's have you in. And the team. There's another team over there. Can you guys join Auntie for a photo?
When I was a little girl, my grandma told me
it's okay, you can go.
Just anything that I wanted to. She said that everything I wanted.
Let's have this moment. Excuse me. Please. Excuse me. Can you please stay? A photo lady. Gabriela. Delila. Please stay. Receive this from your. These are moments that we'll not have back again. Okay. There's another one coming. Oh, please. There's another one coming. All right. Let's have everybody in the shot. All right, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. All right. Okay, congratulations, Delila. Let's have Luna Gaprisai. I'm trying. Let's clap for her. Let's keep clapping. Thank you. Majid Hassan. Okay. There goes. Okay. That is Majid Hassan. Okay, Mr. DJ, what's happening to you? Hey, this is a daughter and this is a mother, obviously, and they're graduating with daddy. Lovely. All right, let's have Mikhail Aibnolem.
Now you get to me, Baba.
Yeah. Congratulations, Mikhail. Congratulations to you, Majid. And Assalamu alaikum.
I am there. I searched around. There's no one else like you. I love you. You're the man.
Okay. That was Ruth. Let's have Saida Yemen. Oh, people are very happy for Saida. Saida, people are clapping so big and heavy. It must be a very disciplined learner, right? Oh, you have a lot of company. Let's have CM Habtom. Oh, that's lovely. Please join. Let's have one first.
God, your grace and mercy is always a part of me. Yeah!
Congratulations. Let's have Saida Yemani.
Come, let's To be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, though I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, stand up.
Wow. Let's have Sahadu Mahre.
Stand up, stand up. For the champions, stand up. Stand up, stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just like that's how it is, cause we have our
And Yodit's fifth
vision, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions. Stand up, for the champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for clap for the people over the other side. For some reason, there's so much energy and positive energy coming from the door. And I don't feel like that I should have got you somewhere to sit. Thank you so much. So much positive energy coming from there. And ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our director and our main celebrants. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You may take your seats. As
on behalf of the students, let me welcome our families and friends in the trainer family. I'm very proud and honored to be here before you today. There is an enormous sense of excitement on graduation day, and I'm sure you can all feel it today. And also, I'm delighted to be here and have been invited to make an address to this first graduating class. The graduation ceremony is always such a special occasion, but one that has taken us to remarkable heights. Ladies and gentlemen, the result of our coming together, keeping together, and working together despite the obstacles that we may have, the end result is graduation. Faced along the way, the result is the graduating class of 2022. May your years ahead continue to be characterized by empathy, compassion, objectivity, and willingness to take risks. Thank you and congratulations again to everyone. Shout out to Mr. Akinji.
Dear Africans, this time in the 21st century, as the world is changing, Africa is rising. And the most beautiful thing about this rising, Africa is actually in charge of this rising. We've been led by our brothers from Nigeria to capture and conquer the entertainment industry. Can you clap for them? Professor, can you stand up on behalf of the Nigerian, please? Yes. This is not nothing. America used Hollywood to do mindset on the whole world. They used it, and they succeeded. Did you watch American movies where always the star was an American and then that star never died? Do you think that was a movie? It was a message that Americans don't die. Did you see that? I think you're an American. So, Hollywood was the lead. America didn't colonize Africa physically, but they have done mentally. Do you believe that? We've always wanted to go to America to make it. And the only person that told you that actually you can make it was the Hollywood star, was the music star. For some reason, every musician in the States, if you make it in the States, in the music industry in the United States, you have made it in the world. Isn't that true? It's a promised land. Thank you, sorry. My dear brothers and sisters, Nigeria, as because of that history, is now Africa. We are so big, bigger than, and let me tell you, everyone is shaken. Africa leads the music industry, if you didn't know. We are led by Nigeria, led by the Amapiano from South Africa. And it's not a joke. Africa is actually rising. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the A team of Train Up. These ladies and gentlemen do not sleep just to make sure that things work out. Yeah, they work so hard. They're creative. They're senior people. They're qualified people. They're crackers. I've been here. When you find people on their game, they're on it. You know, they're on it. When you do not talk to them, some of them are young, most of them are young, and you have knowledge, share with them. So I thank you. I thank you so much. Africa is rising, but this time we are in charge. Now let me tell you about Eritrea. How many of you are from Eritrea? Put up your hands. Because why I'm asking you to put up your hands, because many of Ugandans do not differentiate who is Eritrean and who is Ethiopian. Until now, I've been friends with Michael for a very long time. Me too, I can't draw the difference at times. But he's inducted me a little more about the Amharic. Is that the pronunciation? And I want to learn that language. There's something I love about your writing. It's like Chinese. But I want to remind you, dear Eritreans, your country and history and tradition has a lot of our African history. And today I saw the mama seated here. Can you please stand up, if you don't mind? Yes. Can you stand up? Can you turn around? Look at that. Thank you. Most of our African history, the depth of our African history, I don't know why it was deposited in your countries. Eritrea and Ethiopia. So much of our African history. So much. So much. So, this is something that I would tell you about Eritreans that possibly if you thought it was normal, let it make you feel special. The first time we saw Eritreans in Uganda at a personal level, they were businessmen. My late stepfather used to work with them, and a number of them used to drive these trucks that used to carry fuel from Kenya to Uganda to Rwanda. And I remember going to see him at the park where he was a driver, a truck driver. So I asked him, because these people were speaking a language I didn't understand, and told me they're Eritreans. I didn't know where Eritrea was in Africa. I was a young boy. So that's the first time I interfaced with them. Now fast forward when I study and go up and get a little bit, grow my cognitive and I can understand. I learned that Eritreans are business scientists. So I've been personally seeing and benchmarking Eritrean businesses in Uganda. They are successful. And Michael told me their science is not, it's family. It's family and standing together with each other, you know? Now let me ask you, The Indians conquered the world in business, as the Chinese are doing. And when we did a bit of research, we learned that these people, the success in their business has a lot to do about their culture and how they behave as people. Now, when I traced, I found the same seed that comes from China, goes a bit to India, is actually in Africa through Eritrea and Ethiopia. The seed that makes these people succeed at businesses. So once we have our brothers, Nigerians, conquer the music industry, they've conquered many, by the way. If you check most of the American, the global economies universities, most of the professors, the African professors are Nigerians. And I was so amazed to know that a Nigerian bought the Heathrow Airport is owned by a Nigerian. Did you know that? Heathrow.
He actually owns 3 airports.
He owned 3 airports in the UK. Okay, let me say this. Maybe Eritreans, you are like Muzungu, so you may not know what we are talking about. Yes, Africa has been fighting, like from the day we are born, we are fighting to be recognized. In the past, it used to be okay. The 21st century one of the 21st century drivers is globalization. When we go to the global world, and we still bear the history of being black, and you know where most of these things started from. You have South Africa, you have the blacks in the United States, where some people feel like we are a lower status race, which is not true. Which is not true. So like I said, some of you being a little bit like Muzungu Brown, you may not have faced this. But I want to tell you that a number of societies have not considered blacks as people in any way of greater intellect and ability. And that's why I'm telling you that apparently the world is changing and we are at the center of it. It's very important that you young people know this. We are going to be educated, but education in the 21st century is going to require you young people to be able to think, but just not to think, but to be able to think critically. Critical thinking. The degrees you'll have, the qualifications you'll have, but critical thinking is what we are going to have. But I'm telling you, Eritreans, because I think it seems you have a natural advantage to that. Capitalize on it. You have a natural advantage to business. Take lead. You know? Let's start business. Because you see Ugandans, we struggle with business. Haven't you seen our businesses fail? We could be good in other things. But we need you to open up. Okay? When you're in Uganda, don't feel like, oh, we are in Eritrea and we have to create a small Eritrea in Uganda. And I love that with Michael. If you follow him, Michael is a Ugandan. Be like Nigerians. When they go to the country, they'll be in that country as Nigerians, but in that country as Americans or Ugandans or whatever. And they'll go big. They'll go big. So I've told you, check properly. There's every advantage you have. Like Ugandans, we are so hospitable. Is that true? Do you like it? And let me tell you, hospitality could be anything you've ever wanted. You've never been to a foreign country where people are hostile. It could be a very important thing you've ever wanted. So may you always treasure the hospitality of Ugandans. But I want to ask you kindly, bring something on board. Open up. You know, open up. Hussein, Majid, open up. You know, we are struggling, but open up. Let's put all these wonderful things about us, the diversity, let's put it together and find our common struggles that we've always had as Africans. It's our time. Our Nigerian brothers have taken a very big leap. In education, you don't beat them. The music has come to Africa. Haven't you seen American musicians coming to Nigeria to do collabos? Do you think that is a simple thing? Tell me one country which has ever done that. I mean, they don't even want to come. Chris Brown is already doing collabos with Davido, with all these musicians. And that is not small. It means these guys have allowed look, these guys, undermine these guys, but look there. So when they come